Hey y'all, what's going on? It is the Coastal Critiques panel. We are back again to talk to you all about season 2, episode 4 of The Real Housewives of Dubai. This episode is entitled Drama Queens, and they gave us just that, and we're going to get into it. Let's go.
You're so cute. We are so.
It literally just said you're muted, and then you started talking, and it did. Anyway,
it does. I see. StreamYard is acting crazy.
Hi.
I was looking at our pictures. I said, "Oh, we so cute."
Quite a bit of pictures, actually. I love that. I love that because I feel like everybody, all my friends, oftentimes live so far away that we just don't have a lot of pictures together, but we have pictures together.
We do. Even though we in the same state, but we don't see each other. She's down south. I'm kind of east. I guess northeast. I don't know. We over there.
Northeast.
Yeah.
But we want to see each other soon, so I'm excited about that.
I am too.
And I'm also excited to talk about this episode because, honey, I wonder if our telepathy is working.
It's always working
this episode because I was really disappointed in someone. And quite irritated at their behavior by the end of this episode. But
I think I know who that is. We'll get to it though.
We sure will.
I feel it. My telepathy is already moving. It's already working. I already know who it is. Go ahead.
We'll definitely get into it, y'all. But before we do all that, go ahead, hit that like button on both channels. We tell you this every single week. Hit the like button on both channels because we are streaming to both of our platforms. So go ahead and do that, please and thank you. And if you're not subscribed to me, but you're subscribed to my sis, then you need to come and subscribe to me, and vice versa. If you're subscribed to me, you need to go ahead and subscribe to her and everything in between. If you're not subscribed to both of us, then you need to subscribe to both of us. So let's get that going. We're going to make really good content, if I do say so myself. And after this live concludes, please keep the conversation going in the comment section. Shout out to the replay gang.
Yes. We love y'all. We love the replay gang. We absolutely do. Because literally the views have been, we've been getting, my little views have been going up. I'm like, okay. A lot of people are not watching Dubai, and I get it. Even some of my friends told me they're not watching. They were just watching our review, which is fine. They was like, it's kind of still a little boring. I said, what I like about Dubai is the fact that they give us old housewife feel, the original housewife feel, which is live in a lap of luxury and not working so hard.
Yeah.
And if you do work, it's kind of a choice. And you actually have a partner that's there to really take up a lot of bulk of a lot of things. So, I'm just saying, I just feel like they went back to the meat and potatoes of it all. So, they are the way in Dubai. They live a little different than us, but still, it's giving me old feels. Hello, Mace with the mess. Oh my God, you guys, please go follow Mace with the mess. Please go follow Shady the Mace and Shady show. They they be on CP time. So if you know what CP time is, CP time is, you know what I'm talking about. They take that to the next level. CP time is when you late. They take that to a whole nother kind of level. So if you like mess and you like CP time, go on follow my brother and sister over there at hey Micah. Hey, happy birthday, Micah. We still celebrating your birthday, Micah. I don't know if you had saw last week. We was already talking about your birthday, but happy birthday again, son. We love you. But yes, y'all, I had such a good time. Y'all make sure y'all see Mace and Shady show. Please follow them and make sure you follow Mace with the mess, because just like the namesake, the name says it all. That's all we can say.
I gotta message you, Mace, about, because you watch House of the Dragon too, if I'm not mistaken. So we gotta chat about that because,
man, I just found out my son's about to give me my some HBO stuff because I had let it go. I watched the very first episode. I love the Game of Thrones. Okay, so that first episode,
really?
Oh, I love the Game of Thrones. So
catch up. So
I know that's why I said. Matter of fact, I can call my son after this and be like, check this out, bro. I'm gonna need that. So yeah, girl.
Talk to about it really. Other than, I mean, obviously I make my reviews and stuff, but I don't know. I don't have too many people to talk about it. So you need to catch up.
Yeah. I need to catch up. I definitely need to catch up. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for joining us. Like my sis said, thank y'all for following us. Thank y'all for jumping in our chat. You know, that gets us in the algorithm that lets people know that we are here. And if you want to help us, let people know that you're here, share us. Share us to your platform and let them know that we're here. Even though if you don't watch Dubai, it's not even about the fact that you have to watch it. That's why we're here to recap and review it. So you don't have to. But you can, you'll still catch on. You'll still know what's going on. We got it down pat for y'all.
Yes, we do. And shout out to everybody who's watching on Twitter, because I see a couple of you guys watching on there. So shout out to you guys, make sure you come on over here to the YouTube and hit that subscription button and that like button on both of our channels. Yes.
Appreciate it. Hey X, hey Twitter.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Y'all know.
Twitter X.
I am talking about.
Twitter X.
My first question is though, so a lot of people are saying that Talene gives she looks kind of like a cross between Larsa from the Real Housewives of Miami and Jennifer Aiden from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I should have brought pictures, but just think about it, visualize that for a second. And can you see that, or can you not?
I don't really know exactly what Jackie looked like, and check this out. Since I was trying to watch last night, because remember I told you my streamer was acting up, and so right after my Dubai went off, watch what's happening live because it was on the second on the replay. So the next thing that came on was Jersey, and because I heard about the debacle and all, I said, well, let me see if I can watch it. So I'm kind of mad because I did try and watch it. I mean, try and get it, but I don't remember what Jackie looks like. But that Larsa, I see Larsa definitely. They look like cousins for sure.
I can see why they say that. I definitely can. I think they all have their own individual look, but I can understand why people say that they could maybe pass for triplets if you squint one eye, turn your head to the side.
Talene's a beautiful woman. Larsa's a beautiful woman. But I don't know. Is that Larsa's full face? No shade. No. I don't know.
No, that's not.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was.
Season 1 to now, like when you talk totally about different 180 in a face, she don't even.
And Larsa's young, correct? Larsa's like 40 or younger, or she's on my side.
Yeah, she's like if she's not 50, she's close to it.
Okay, well then, kudos to you, girly, because I feel like if you got to start tweaking, you start tweaking after you're 45. Like even 40, I was still fine at 40. I ain't gonna hold you. I was fine at 40. 40.
You don't need any of these things. So you are a category of your own, but I guess they feel less fortunate that they gotta go and
so I'm saying at least a little bit of a woman of a particular age, she can do that. I don't want to see like a Kylie Jenner. We see her on, is it Kylie? Whichever one that's crying about her lips being, that's a sad story. And you did it to yourself. So it's like, you were too young to do all that. You didn't need none of that stuff. And now here you go correcting your reconstructive surgery. Like, why would you even do that? You're not even old enough. Your face wasn't even fully developed yet when you started doing that stuff. So I say that to say, you can be of a particular age and say, you know what? I want to pull some of this back. I want to, I can see that. I can see this. I can see all that. You in your 20s and you talking about you want to do something in your face, it's out.
I mean, I'm down for, if you have the money and you like want to do it, like I am never knocking anybody, but at the same time, to your point, yeah, don't go and start doing all this stuff and be so quick to jump under the knife without really taking in all of the pros and cons. And unfortunately, Kylie is feeling the cons of it. I don't know what else to tell her. Like, let this be a lesson to y'all. Like, definitely do your research and really weigh the pros and cons before you make permanent or semi-permanent decisions, because
And
you only get one body.
one face, one body, one mind, one heart, one. There's a lot of ones, but here's the other thing: you don't want to be. I know we're drifting off. We're gonna get to Dubai, but this is the last thing. Really, one last thing I want to say about this: you have to be careful, because when you start having children,
Oh yeah,
and your children don't start looking like you, hi Chloe,
that's weird.
and you end up saying, this might not be my baby. This might not be my baby's father's baby. Like you doing test after test because your old face is showing up on your baby's face, and you didn't change your face up. So now when you look at your baby's face and you see your old face on there, it's like, oh no, that's not the face I want to see. That's a problem. Little Kim, I feel like is the same in the same boat. I feel like Little Kim, no disrespect, I love Little Kim.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but she changed her face so much. I would love to see what her daughter looks like compared to her. She probably looks like her mom's old face, and Lil Kim looks like a lion. And no disrespect, I'm just saying, Kim, you did a lot. You look like a Leo in the face.
No, for real, for real.
Hey, always that girl number one. Excuse me. Hey, girlie. Thank you for joining us today. I'm so happy to see you. And I saw you in my sis chat earlier today. I was happy to see you there. So we appreciate you always. And if you guys are not following Always That Girl number one, please do so at this time. It's you can touch her face right now and it'll pop her up. So yeah, do that. Okay. I think we got to take care of all the business and all of the I know why you laughing, Mace. You talking about I'm just saying. Chloe and Kim, y'all got to be careful. You're going to be looking directly back at the face you tried to change.
A fact is a fact.
It's just like her father. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. But you still always should see. I don't care if your baby look just like your father. You should still see a glimpse of your face in there somewhere. I don't care if it's your ear, your mouth, your nose, the cheekbone, the eye, the eyebrow. The forehead is small. Like my daughter Nani looks just like her dad. She got my little bitty forehead, and then she looks like me when I was like in the 8th grade. Like I see it. So yeah, I'm saying it's just take care of yourself, guys. Just take care of yourself. And you want your inside to match your outside.
Yep, and drink your water.
So yeah, y'all, we're gonna get into Dubai. This is season 2. Episode 4, and this is called Drama Queens. I should have wore a crown today. I should have put a crown today.
I should have grabbed mine because.
And you know what? I was thinking about it when I was taking a shower, and I was thinking about me and Princess and Mace and Shady and how Mace got Shady a crown. And I was like, it was kind of hot. We was kind of dope for that. Like we really was putting it in. So I really thought about a crown this morning and forgot that we could have.
I love Mace said, I grew up around her baby father. He used to date my cousin. I love how he has the stories from then, like on the East Coast, and then you have like your stories from back in the day on the West Coast, and like y'all need to like just do like a story time.
I do. I've been trying to figure out, sister. I've been trying to figure out. I don't want to come across like, when I say this, I don't mean I was everybody that I talked to or saw. I'm saying I don't want to come off as like a Corinne Steffan. And like I said, I wasn't everybody, but I was around a lot of people, and I have a lot of stories. And I do have some little sexual little innuendos with some people, and my husband knows, so don't be like, yeah, he knows. He knows people I've been around. He knows people I talk about. He knows. He don't like it, but he knows.
It's life.
Before it's time.
Hey,
Auntie Bernice.
How are you?
I was thinking about you.
Listen to K. Michelle Can't Raise a Man because Lil Buddy is emotionally immature to be in the relationship. Yes,
Auntie, let's because it's she. Why do y'all remember, or did y'all hear when Stansbury said, I got with him when he was 24? Girl, I was like, I want to break my TV screen. I literally want to break my TV screen when she said that. Yeah, because I got, he was 24. He was 24 when I got with him, and it's an instant stepfather.
What made you
You
think
can't be an instant stepfather to a 1-year-old, let alone some teenagers. Girl, let's get into it. Let's please, because I'm gonna get upset. Piss me off. Piss me off.
So the episode, before we get there, the episode actually started with Talene. We got a bit more insight in as far as like the things she likes to do and like just more about her, which I did appreciate. Mm-hmm. So she's out there, she's setting up. Obviously, they're about to get some physical fitness going. So she's setting up, and she is receiving some help from her sister, Lauren Lowe.
Oh, that was her sister? Thank you for telling me, because remember I told y'all, to be fair, I missed the first. I got to when they was running with the parachutes on the back of them. That's what I got to. So my sister's filling me in on what's going on, and I saw the sisters talking, and I thought they kind of look alike, but I was like,
oh, her sister looks just like her. When she had the party at her house or whatever, I was like,
they say they sound just alike.
Yeah,
but me and my sister sound just alike too. Me and my sister Mallory, we sound just alike. We sound so much alike. Our cadence in our talk is the same. So
it's definitely giving that same thing. They look alike, sound alike, and she had glasses on though, so
that's
I think why. And I didn't even recognize her at first, but then I put 2 and 2 together, and I had to rewind. And I was like, no, that definitely has to be her sister, because who else would it be? But they're setting up, and she lets us know that when she moved to Dubai 9 years ago, she really kind of threw herself into working out, because that's really all she had. Rafi was working a lot, and she really didn't, have a lot of stuff going on. So why not go get fit? I think that's a great idea. So with that, she actually decided to take it a step further, and she started to put on these like boot camps and these like workout sessions and stuff for the ladies in the community or whatever, because since Dubai is such a Muslim based focused country, a lot of the women don't even like to go to the gyms that men are at as well. And I actually have a story time about somebody weird I had a run-in with at the gym, and that's what this moment actually made me think. Not saying that that's what's going on, but I could understand where they're coming from. And she also was saying how like they don't even feel that comfortable working on their bodies, because it's like, okay, what am I trying to look good for? Am I trying to look good to be sexy? Because that's not even what we should be trying to do. I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about it that way. Like, wow. So she has created a safe space for them all to, work out in, and she got a pretty good turnout from what I see. So that's where you saw them like running with the parachutes, and then one girl, like, she fell. I felt
that's what I saw. I was like, oh man, she busted her butt.
Okay. They was doing tire flips and all that. I was like, oh.
So I didn't see the tire flip. So what all did they entail? They did the tire flip. All I saw was the run in the parachute. So they did the
tires, if I'm not mistaken. And
working out by the beach is the best. I'm telling you, Lord have mercy. I love it. I used to do the sand dunes. It's go up the sand dune, and you overlook the beach, and that's like your reward. It's like you go up this big sand dune, and then you overlook the beach. It's like, whoa, I made it. Then you go flying back down and do it again.
That gives me PTSD of being in the military and having to do like beach runs and runs and tire flip, like all of this is like,
that's why you're not a workout guru, because you was like,
no, I love working out on my own. I
don't like the boot camp of it all. This just boot camp you.
Just brought me back. I mean, I will, but I think it's good. I think it's good that she's doing this for them, and they could get some benefit out of that. And then afterwards, she's sitting down with her sister, and somehow they get on the topic of children and how Rafi actually wants another child. And she's just like, I don't know about that, because I'm trying to get back to doing my 3 boot camps a week at least. Like, I really love, doing this. And her sister's like, well, if anyone could do it, if anybody can figure it out, it's definitely, you. But
the sisters that do that. I love sisters that do that. Pump your sister up, tell her she can do
Yeah,
whatever.
but at the same time, I wouldn't pump her up to the point that it's like if she don't want to have another baby right now, she don't want to, then it's going. That's fine too.
That's true. I don't think she's saying, yeah, go ahead and have a baby for him. I think she's saying, you know, if anybody can do it, it's going to be you. It might not be today. It might not be a year from now. It could be 2 years from now. But sis, if anybody can have another kid, it's going to be you, sister. That's all she's saying.
I'm sure
she didn't say, yeah, go have one right now. Go get pregnant now. Like,
I'm sure they will at some point. And I mean, we haven't gotten too many glimpses of what their relationship dynamic really is for real. But from what I've gathered, I do think that they've been able to kind of blend the traditional with the modern a little bit, and it seems to be working with them. So I'm sure this is going to be something that they can figure out with no issue. It's just going to take a bit more, compromise and empathy between the both of them. But I don't think this is like a sign that there's trouble in paradise or anything like that. They just got to, figure out what.
I love that you said compromise, because my next point for that is men that say, I want you to have another baby for me. I want you to have another baby. Don't you understand? I feel like when y'all say that to us women, because I'm included in that, when y'all say that to us, don't you know you should be helping more with the children that are there? Don't you know, like, that would make me want to have another baby if I see you helping more with the baby? Like, let me take some of this off your plate so that you will want to have another kid.
Plate is overflowing right now.
My plate
you're trying to like balance another plate on top of all of the stuff. And I
don't even like my food to touch like that. So don't do that.
Take some of the stuff off the plate so that I have room, so I feel lighter. And then maybe,
maybe my brain will just, maybe my legs will do this instead of do this. Because I just don't, men just don't get, their nurturing side don't kick in. And I don't know why, but I need their nurturing side to kick in. I guess it's because as babies, we don't let the boys need to be boys. The boys need to learn how to be a man. They need to learn how to be a father. They need know how to take care of a son, also know how to take care of a daughter. Like, why are we doing this to the sons? Why are we making it where, oh no, he can't be, that makes him soft. Why? He gonna be a father, he gonna be soft with his daughter. Yeah, it's gonna make him soft. I would hope
that creates so many issues that are usually jump out at you later on in your life, and become an issue for you. So I don't think that anyone should be trying to pound that into their young sons' minds, but that's a whole
that's a whole nother story. Because of the Muslim teaching, when it comes to women are made to feel ashamed to take care of themselves. Is that what it is? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't work out for nobody but me. Like, no. I like looking at me in the mirror. I like looking at my reflection. I like looking at my shadow. That's how much I like looking at me.
Yeah.
And I like my healthiness. I like walking up the stairs and I like that. That's what I like. Now, this right here makes sense, though. This makes sense. And what you said too, sis. What are we getting? Are we getting cute and sexy for what? Like, what are we doing it for? So
that just shows how, like, how strong of a hold that, and how indoctrined these people are, and kind of just allow it to like dictate like all facets of their life and really like infiltrate like their thoughts and stuff like that to that degree. It couldn't be me, and I'm not knocking the religion at all. I'm just saying like that couldn't be me, because to your point, I work out because I want to feel good. I want to live long. And I mean, I do want to look, a certain way and stuff like that, but I don't think that makes me vain. I don't think that makes me attention seeking like person or anything like that. And I love that she's created a safe space for them to feel like, okay, like there's nothing wrong with this. Like, let's destigmatize that type of logic.
And on top of that, let's be clear. Talene looks great. Right.
It does.
I was looking at that waistline when she was sitting down with her sister, and I was like, how do you, I'm working it out. I'm trying to work it out. I'm looking at her waistline. I'm like, girl, to get your waistline to be so small, I wouldn't be talking about making no 9-month-old baking no baby in no oven. I'm not baking no baby in this oven right here. I had 2 babies. Yeah. And then here's the other thing. We haven't got to, I think we're going to talk about it, but Rafi wants a son. He wants a namesake, right?
Yeah.
We're about to get to that. Rafi wants a namesake. He wants a son. And so in my notes, I put, but what if you don't have a son? You gonna keep having kids? What are we doing?
Technically speaking, he has enough money to where they can ensure
they can make it because they can.
And I do like that he also is not somebody who clearly has an issue with her having assistants and stuff, which we obviously get into later on in the episode and stuff. So at least he's not expecting her to really do everything. Although right. I don't ever think that anybody else should be raising your kids. You should definitely be hands-on, I think, in my opinion.
When the baby's coming for the babysitter faster than when the babysitter get there or the babysitter about to leave, they crying, and when you come to the door, they don't even care for you to be there.
That's a problem.
Problem.
In this type of situation, sometimes where they think like, oh, like no, I want you to do like all of the jobs. Like, no, I don't want us to have any hired help or anything like that. Like
that would be me.
So at least we don't have that issue from what we see with him.
Hey, son. Hi, kids.
Hi.
Thank you for coming in, my love. I love you. Celine is my favorite. So, right? And I love that she thinks for herself. Come on, auntie, because that's what we were talking about. Did we not say she's one of, when people come in, you be like, oh no, but her, like we took to her really quickly. Like
I was surprised. I honestly I wasn't sure, and maybe that was my own biases. Which
it is. This one right here is hard to crack. It's a hard nut to crack.
This morning, actually, funny enough, in my Jersey review, apparently I'm biased. Anyway,
that's that Gemini. She can't help it.
I'm like, no, I just call a spade. And what Talene gave us was somebody that, yes, has her own mind and isn't quick to just go along with the bandwagon and say like, oh, well, this person doesn't like this person, so I'm not gonna like them, or this person made this face, so that automatically means this or whatever. Like she really sat back and isn't as reactive as a lot of the other housewives and stuff. And I do appreciate a person who isn't so quick to react, but is quicker to like sit back and really think about, okay, what does this mean? What does this person really stand for? Really kind of apply some logic reason. Mm-hmm. Lose that, because once she loses that, she's gonna lose me. So hopefully she doesn't lose it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Talene brings a good breath of fresh air to it.
Thanks, Brittany.
I'm going to go watch not the episode that came. I'm going to go watch
the last 2 episodes.
I'm going to watch the last 2 episodes because, and it's so funny because sister, they were taking up a lot of my DVR thing. You know me, I'm just kind of too busy. I was like, But as soon as that thing cracked off, I was like, oh shit. I said, dang. And they not having no reunion either. They're not getting no reunion.
No. There's a lot going on over there right now.
Child, that's a mess. But
there's a lot going on.
I can't wait to get into it. I mean, I'm watching reviews. I was in there today. I was like, okay, yep, okay. But I do like Talene. I really do, and I do like the fact, just like she stands on her own 2 feet. Like even when it came to Stansberry, she didn't let Brooks just be like, well, she said you popped it wide open for everybody, and I didn't like it. It's like. Talene's like, okay, were you joking? Are you joking? Okay, all right, we done. Brooks is still holding on to it.
He actually spoke about that on the Watch What Happens Live, because Watch What Happens Live, Talene, she said, she was like, after learning more about Stansberry and learning like who she is as a person and her humor and all of that, it made sense. And I really do think that she said that just like being funny and stuff, and it wasn't any malice behind it. But she had to take time to really sit back, learn about this new person. So again,
I agree. I'm learning Stansberry. I'm also learning Stansberry. Like, because her humor is dry. just dry humor.
I love.
I know you do. I know.
love
I know you do, sister. And I'm learning. I mean, not that I'm learning to get into it. I was standoffish because I was like, what is wrong with this lady? What is wrong with her?
Yeah.
But that's just how she is. And when she tells you she's joking, she really means she's joking. And if she tell you, no, girl, I'm being serious, I'm being serious. She's that type of person. And I like that. It's like a kind of not even in your face. Like, I don't have to lie. Like, I don't have to.
And it sucks that we honestly, and that's not to say that she doesn't have her flaws. I'm sure she does. But honestly, I feel like we haven't even been able to really focus on her flaws, really, because she's so busy defending herself against, people saying like, oh, she was being malicious or whatever when she's really joking or whatever. And I by no means am I sitting here trying to windmill for her or anybody for that matter. But I just think that instead of being so quick to form your own opinions, you should really try to look at the totality of situations and then determine if a person is, if you're a fan of a person or not. That's all I'm saying.
Have your own brain. Use your own brain. Stop. Don't use other people's brains, because that's gonna mess you up in the end. Don't do that
every time. So at this point, we're over at Michael's house, aka Caroline's hotel, and tensions are pretty high. We learned last week that tensions were already kind of high. They were stressed out. They living on top of everything, and Caroline Stansbury, she just wants to get into her house, which I completely understand. So they're supposed to be packing, and instead Sergio keeps following her around and asking her, honey this, and honey sit down, honey, you gonna help me with this, what about your purses? And she's like, I've already worn out my welcome here, I'm just trying to get things in order so we could get out of here. But instead and Sergio won't stop asking things. And at this moment, she actually was trying to text her, the home developer, Barrio. She was trying to text him back. And instead of being able to text him back, she is having to
That girl look good. That girl look good right there. Go back to that picture.
Actually, she looked really good in this scene. And I didn't.
Child, I said, girl, lie. Girl, lie.
I don't know what it was, but
I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that she's not trying hard. Like, she's not like how we's like, oh, we didn't like the last outfit she had on, but we like the cheetah print. Right here, she's so chilled out. The little sweatshirt, the pony, the wispy bang. I mean, she is looking like a fly girl. Like, I just love it right here. I was like, Sergio, I see why you on this, girl. And I know she just got her face and things done, and she, like I said, it's settled. It looks good. But yeah, Stansbury, Caroline, I see you fine.
Yeah, I don't think that she like gives like super like old lady energy or anything like that. And I feel like that's probably obviously what attracted him or whatever. Like, he probably didn't see her for her age. I guess he just saw her like as some fun, cute thing to get with, I guess. But that's
a conqueror. He's a conqueror.
that's a whole other story. But so he's literally in the midst of trying to do all of this and text the developer because she has to finalize payments. She has to turn on the utilities and do all these things that she specifically has to do because everything is in her name, because he hasn't been in the country long enough. You need to be in the country for a minimum of at least 3 years in order to get, a property like this. So
they ain't been married that long. They ain't been together 3 years. They ain't been married. So I'm like, Sergio, what are you, 26? Going on 27?
I forget.
I think he's 26 going on 27.
Sergio, what is his name?
That's giving him 3 years. I think they only been married 1 year, been together almost 2. So I'm giving him 26 years old.
Stanbury. Oh God. No, I thought he was like 30. He's 29. He's born the same year as me.
He's born wait. So he's going to be 30 this year because my son turned 29 this year. You turned 30 this year. You were born in 94. My son was born in 95. Right?
Yeah. I don't know when his birthday is, but I guess it hasn't. Oh, September 28th.
Okay, so he'll be He gonna be dirty 30. She got a whole 30-year-old, y'all.
Okay, have fun with that. Have fun with that. So she's trying to do all of this and make sure everything's copacetic and everything. And again, he's following her around, and they wind up getting into it because at some point Michael comes in and he's like, why is there all this yelling? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm trying to get everything going so we can move in and everything. And he's like, oh, you need to do the D-wood or do this or whatever, because he obviously owns a home, so he knows how this goes or whatever. And he's and she is engaging him a bit more than she would Sergio because he actually knows what he's talking about, obviously. And instead of being receptive to that, Sergio barges in, and that's where this photo is from. He barges in and he's like, I am the man of the house. You have to he didn't say obey. What did he say?
Just listen to me. You need to listen to me. Can I be a partner? Oh, Sergio, you were saying the right things, but you missed the mark. Like, it made me so mad. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sister. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I'm the husband, so thanks, so much for effing telling him instead of me or whatever. And yeah, Michael's like, I'm just trying to help. Like, where is all this coming from? He's talking about how he needs to be prioritized and everything, and I'm just like, what is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on, sister. He is sexually frustrated. Remember, they have not been able to do nothing in that house. And if Stansberry uses that against Sergio, which I think she did, I really do. I think she was like, no, we can't do nothing because Michael said, you being a woman of a particular age, you should have been a person every corner of that house. Every time Michael left, I'd have been all on my husband. I'd have been, child, I would have been a plumber. You hear what I'm saying? I'd have been a whole plumber. Yep, mouth just like how my sisters is. Sure would have been. Sure would have been. I'd have did. I'm gonna tell you like this. That man is sexually frustrated. And he's but the problem is he's not listening to his wife. His wife told him
to just effing handle it.
First of all, she said, I'm on the phone handling I'm talking to whatever the name of the company or the person she's talking to, whoever she talks, she says that name. Then she says, yeah, because I gotta get these utilities on, or we won't get the keys. She says we won't get the keys if the utilities ain't on.
I would have been like, okay, that's fine. Because I was not listening. I'd rather in the house with utilities.
But one, he's a young guy. Two, he ain't never had probably a bill in his name. A phone bill, electric bill, a gas bill, nothing. A cable bill. That man ain't had nothing in his name. So let's go with that. Number two, she was not ignoring you. You are not listening. You're so busy being her shadow that you're not listening. Which
human backpack.
Man, I love that one. Human freaking backpack. And I don't like that he got a question after everything. Honey, it's a question. Honey,
what about
question mark? Stop questioning her. Like you are literally acting like a child and not her child. You're just acting like a child. A child. And nobody wants that. And I was like, oh my gosh. Honey, what do you want your handbags? Honey, what do you want me to do with your boots? Honey, Sergio, where are your clothes? Where are your clothes? Where are your things? Did you pack everything of yours? Why are you touching anything of hers? Go pack your toothbrush. That's
what I didn't understand too. It was like he wasn't even asking about stuff of his own. He was asking about her stuff. And she's like, I will pack my own stuff. Let me do this. You go over there. We don't need to be in the same room all the time. That is odd. And it makes me think, I'm like, we saw his parents last season, right? But I'm still thinking like, okay, is there some type of like mommy parental issue there? Because I'm not understanding why, like, who would even want to be attached at the hip to somebody like this and doesn't see anything wrong with this? And I feel like it's beyond like, yeah, okay, they might be stressed out. They might be sexually frustrated. It might be, tense because of this and that. We're in somebody else's house, but it's beyond that. It's beyond that. It's still a deep-seated issue because no one should be that comfortable being like this all the time. Like,
I finally got it. On this episode, I was like, okay, he is a net. Okay, he
I got
is
a lot. I got a lot.
Well, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's young. And I was like, and they don't really show him, you know, they show her kind of going off on him, but they don't really show how much of a gnat he is.
Yeah.
So this time I was like, ugh.
She should have did that man a favor and not married him.
Mm-hmm. I agree. She could be giving him a 10 to 15 years.
By that, like, I think that she should have been like, he needs to be with somebody else.
She should have set him up with her kid, not the 17-year-old. And we find out that girl do got a 12-year-old. She got a 12-year-old son.
Her son, she has like at least 2 sons, I want to say, and they're younger. Her daughter.
That baby is 12. We saw him on this episode. I was like, wait. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought her kids, because I guess again, that's last season. I just felt like she was so much older than she is, and I thought the daughter was like 24. I thought the sons were like 19, or I thought her kids were grown, but they're not.
You thought she was so much older than she?
I did not even based on her looks or anything like that. I don't know. I just thought she was older and had older kids for some reason. I don't know.
You gotta put it like me, because I'm older with older kids. But I don't look older with older kids.
Yeah.
It's the difference.
I thought they were in their 20s, but they are definitely not. They are definitely not. Little buddy turns 30 and hasn't accomplished anything on his own. Sad. He was a soccer player though, right? But I thought he was good. And technically, I actually no, he couldn't have been that good because he ain't that old. So that means he should probably be playing still.
Should have been playing.
Look at David Beckham. Like you could play like long. He still has some years to be playing if he was that good, is what I'm saying. So
that's right.
Maybe he hasn't really done too much. I don't know. Because, I mean, we know, obviously, she comes from money. And then she also was married to someone who had money. So I don't know what all happened in that divorce and stuff. But I just think that they're just in 2 completely different points in their life in all different arenas, like on the area of kids, as it pertains to just daily tasks. Like I can only think they probably have the same issue as far as finances. So I just don't think that and I don't want to get ahead of myself here because we're going to go into that later on in this episode. But
I know what you're going to say, but I know it's
like it's not going anywhere. Like let's be real.
Like you notice when the hypnotist came, he stood in he only heard this the treats him like she's his mother, right?
Mad because
her mother never listened to her and valued her feelings.
I'm so mad because I deleted that picture. Yes, with him standing at that top of the steps.
Yeah, you did. We had that picture last week.
Oh yeah, I was going to the bathroom. Like, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You wanted to know what they was talking about. You had issues with it. And once again, he needed to be doing a therapy session right as soon as she walked out of there. There's no reason why they shouldn't. They both need
dual
therapy. They need couples therapy, and then they also need individual therapy.
True indeed.
And he needs like serious like behavioral therapy too, because your behaviors are weird. Like, and I'm not saying that she is perfect in the situation. I'm not saying that, but we got to start somewhere. We got to start with one person, and I'd rather start with him.
For real.
Did you have anything else to say about that scene?
I don't. I just that scene was kind of cringy. I didn't like the fact to see them arguing that hard. I don't like the fact that Michael had to come in there to calm them down. And he wasn't trying to calm them down. He was just like, what can I do to help? The fact that Sergio was right. And the fact that Sergio was like, well, I'm the husband. Like, who are you talking to? He knows you're the
man in the house. This is not even our house. First of all, that house is not our. That house is technically not. I mean, yeah, y'all married. I'm not trying to play those games or anything, but technically speaking, in this situation, you ain't the man of any houses. I'm just saying.
You're barely a man. Now you want to be the man of the house. Like, come on, dude. Like,
what things is he responsible for? And that's not even attached
packing,
to
packing.
That's not attached to gender or anything. When I say that, like,
Mm.
I personally just don't find it attractive in a partner at all. Whatever they identify as is doesn't even matter. I need a capable partner. Like, I'm not going to be doing all of the things. So what, in this case, what does he do other than do the driving? But honestly, I
Oh my
mean,
God, that was
I,
so
I
sad.
I'm a
And
passive,
another thing,
but
when we
still.
found out, I didn't realize she had 3 dogs staying in that house too.
Ooh,
You brought your man, you brought your 3 dogs. Thank goodness your kids didn't want to live there because you would
yeah,
have brought
why
your
didn't
kids.
they said that? And I
Yeah,
remember
she
I brought
said
that up.
that
I was like, I wonder where the kids are. And then in this episode, she was like, the kids didn't want to come. She said want to. Why didn't they want to? Where did I don't know.
because they didn't want to watch her talk to her fourth kid the way she has to speak to him because he gets on her nerve. And what I'm noticing, what I'm thinking is age gap between. See, what I'm thinking is Stansberry was in a long term relationship with her husband, right? And so when she stepped out, she got with the finest thing that came approaching her, which was fine. But see, you should have just made him your boy toy. You don't make him your husband. You don't make him your husband because you know better. You know better. Because the fact that you even put a stipulation, well, I told him I give us 10 to 15 years. What? Who marries and tells your husband, your new husband, I give us 10 to 15 years? Because I don't want you looking at me at 60, well, at 60 and you're at 40 and looking at me crazy. What? That don't even sound right.
Crazy when you get over this. Honestly, I feel like she probably is going to be like, yeah, I'm over this.
She is. Barb, she is over it. The boy toy, the thing that what she was doing, that part is it. That ship is fast. The get all up into the marriage, getting to that part, trying to make the ex-husband jealous. You did that part, and guess what you did? You got yourself in quicksand.
You don't marry them. You don't actually marry
herself, you in Dubai in quicksand. You in quicksand. You are literally inch by inch going under this sand. And if you don't get a lifeline, lady, and let that man go, you're going under.
Did they talk about a prenup last season?
I think so.
Interesting. I'll just throw that out there. And also, you just mentioned. Wait, where was that? I just lost my thought that fast. Sergio.
That she used her husband. I mean, you said.
I think. And I want to say shout out to Empire. I caught a bit of his live about the episode, and I want to say he made a point in saying that she went for something different this time, as opposed to her ex-husband, somebody who maybe he, I didn't watch the Ladies of London or whatever, so I don't know. But maybe he, since he was, I guess, the breadwinner in that situation, maybe he flexed his authority more because of that, or he just all the bad things that he represented to her. Maybe she was trying to go for the total opposite in that, and that's why she went for someone like Sergio instead. But just because you don't like one thing doesn't mean like that the polar opposite is going to be what's best for you all the time either, is all I'm saying. Like, just because I don't like vanilla ice cream doesn't mean that I'm going to 100% like chocolate ice cream.
Right. That does not mean that. That's a good point, sis. I'm glad you brought that part up, because that's a good point. So we move on from. I kind of felt bad for Michael though. Oh, Lord.
I did too, because it was just like,
damn, I know you like. If I do, I can't push them out fast enough. Now y'all want to argue about. Yeah,
they would have had to get out that day. Just saying. Next up, we see Lisa and Ayan. They both look really cute. I did not get a picture of them, but they both look really cute.
Oh, I love that pink and white shirt, pink jacket with the jeans with the little.
And I like blazer with all the.
Yeah, she looked kind of. That's kind of how I could see you in that outfit. I could see me in that outfit, but I could definitely see you in that outfit.
I want both of those right now. So
Yeah, yeah,
please send them to me, please.
yeah.
Anyway, um, Ion, she's about to get her forensic age test that she talked about a couple episodes ago. You know, she's trying to figure out her age because she did not have a birth certificate until much later in life. And her village back then, it was in the middle of nowhere. So there was no means of, you know, getting that type of information and really documenting that appropriately. So she's now going to take steps in finding out her true age because she wants to live long. She wants to figure out when she's supposed to die or whatever. Like she needs to know.
What started that? What prompted that is that she found out her mom was 80 and she thought her mom was 65. And with that, what a 50, is that 15 years? Whatever the age, that's very significant. If I think my mom is in her 60s and she's in her 80s, that's a significant age difference, which means she thinks that she needs to, she's not older. She don't think that she's the age she thinks she is.
I could put you in a whole different age group, like for real. Whole different generation.
She might have thought she was in her 30s and it might be in her 40s. I don't think she's
also old. Like just making like from a health standpoint too. Like I want to say like obviously you're supposed to get different checks and different types of screening and different types of treatment and stuff at different ages. So you need to be on par with that and stuff like, you know, like mammograms and different
colonoscopies. To say, but you know, yeah, all of that stuff that those do determine. Those are age appropriate things to do when you turn of a particular age, and her not knowing that, that's a problem. But what she say? Well, what if I'm
not in the body? No, she was like in the body I feel 60, but in the face I was
in my mind I feel 30.
I was like,
but she said, but if I'm like around 60, no, she said if I'm around 50, I might I only got so much life to live. I'm like, girl, you didn't change the whole dynamic of why we're trying to find out your age, girl.
But okay, I'm never against people educating themselves, especially about themselves. So go ahead and do that. So they go in first, and Lisa's like, I'll stay out here. So Hyan goes ahead and she goes into the room, and Lisa is in the lobby still or whatever in the waiting room, and Stansbury comes in, and they also talk about this whole age thing and how like, oh my God, what if she's older than Stansbury? And Stansbury's like, well, I mean, I don't think that's the case because I don't know if she didn't want to say it, but Lisa finished the sentence when she was like, yeah, black don't crack, right?
No, Lisa said she doesn't have any wrinkles in her face. She said she doesn't have any wrinkles.
Oh, I don't believe that. Yeah.
And that's when she said, well, and then that's Stansbury said, yeah, black don't crack. Like,
unless there's
like, better know
it. But I should probably say too that before Ayan went back, she told Lisa they spoke a bit about the Queen's dinner party that she wanted to have too. So just needed to throw that out there so you guys didn't think that just came out of nowhere if you didn't catch the episode. Lisa also asks Stansbury how the house is coming along, and she's like, of course, you know, she's been super stressed, but she is really looking forward to the Queen's dinner. So I'm like, okay, we'll see. And Lisa also asks about how her and Brooks are at this point in time, and Stansbury's like, you know, she's not over it, but they can coexist. So that's where we see them at this point. Do you have anything to say before I move on to them actually going in and seeing her x-rays?
No, I just found it so funny that everything you're supposed to be packing, Stansbury, you took your precious moment out to go see this.
I mean, hey,
just let.
You need the checks in order to pay for the house, so I have to go be in the seat. I would have been like, I have no issues. I'm gonna drive myself. Like, you stay here and figure out.
I'm not even going Uber. Y'all don't have to send a car
for him. Like, I could not micromanage my spouse like that. I do not have time or the will to want to do that.
Especially at the brazen. What did she have? 3 or 4 kids?
At least 3, I want to say.
You are not raising no man after raising kids. You're just not. You're just not. And if you are, your hidden agenda, like I told you, you in quicksand, girl. You in quicksand because what you did was you got a surgery to show this your ex something. You should have did that. That ain't how you get past the. Don't show out your ex man for your new man. Don't do that. Just have fun with him and move on.
Facts.
Yeah, cute kid. And that's the only reason.
What you should have left it at, though. There's nothing. Who says we need to, on paper, merge our
last name?
Like, there's no need to do that.
Like literally, you are old enough to know. I'm sorry, sister, keep cutting you off, but she's old enough to know.
I don't know what
I like you
at that point.
I like you a lot. We have fun, but I can't marry you. I can't be with you. First of all, I got 3 children. I'm in my 40s. Make that make sense. Shout out to Mims. Come on now, that don't even make sense
at all. I don't know if I brought this up, but I also appreciate how Auntie Renee said the communication skills are lacking with both of them. And a lot of that can be attributed to that and the fact that there is a language barrier between them. But again, taking all of these reasons and explanations off the table, there is still an issue here. Like, for real, there's still a huge issue here. And I'm never rooting for anybody's marriage or relationship go down in the toilet, but honey, shouldn't even be here right now with this. Like, this is not real. Like, I don't get it. So Ion, they go in the back. Ion's finished at this point. It's going to take a few days, weeks, however long for her to get the results back, though. So it won't be today. And Sandberry in particular clocked it immediately. She was like, yeah, I know that's not your x-rays up on the screen. And Ion's like, yeah, those are my x-rays. And Sandberry's like, she's missing half her bloody mouth. Like, what the hell?
2 teeth next to each other. 2. Y'all see that space? Does that look like half her mouth missing? Does that look like half her mouth missing? That's why we say Stansberry has that dry humor.
There's at least 4 teeth missing. There's a minimum of 4 teeth missing, I feel like.
But the 2 that's right here. Now, we're not talking, okay, the ones on the other 2. So you see the missing space, then you see a tooth, and then you see the missing space.
That's a significant gap.
So yeah, that is a significant. The 2 right there are, but the back teeth, I'm not so super concerned about. But let's go specifically to the gap. Specifically to the gap.
Maybe
that gap right there. When they said it was 2 teeth, I was like, uh-oh. That made my mouth hurt. I was like, uh-oh, 2 teeth right there. And the fact that she said her mom pulled those teeth out.
Yeah, because they were just brought into the court, so they basically just fell on out. And then Sainsbury's like, yeah, well, no wonder she's so thin. When she puts the food in her mouth, it must fall right out the side. And I was like, that's something I would say.
You know what, bye. I can't. Y'all are mean.
Like, no, I need her to get that. Like, if I'm going to be on TV, I'm really like, if there's
she's a model.
Anal about it's dental hygiene. Like, anything else is like, okay, that's one thing, but like we can't play about what's in here. And girl, like, that would have been the first thing. I would have taken out a loan. I don't know what I would have worked out a payment plan or whatever.
And that shit is very, very.
I would not be on these people's TV with the bottom.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I would commend Chanel Ion.
She
for being so brave, because me, y'all wouldn't have got my gums on there. Not looking like that.
No, wouldn't have known at all.
But to be clear, I do like her transparency. I do like the fact that she's telling us, and like I said, I wanted more of that story. Your mom took your teeth out. You heard they were right, and I didn't hear the writing part. I was like, why'd your mom take your teeth out? And why are there 2 teeth taken out? And why she use her hands to do it? Like, it's a different thing when your tooth is loose and you pop it out. That's different. You just can't. What I heard was her mama pulled her teeth out. I was like, wait, what? Was this part of?
They were waiting to fall on out themselves.
Okay. Because I was like, why you didn't give it specific details why your mama did that? I put that in my notes. there's no specific details on why the mama's mouth. I mean, why she pulled the teeth out of the mouth. So I was like, was that something like, you know, with when they take the lady part away from the lady, and so that they don't have their pleasure anymore? It's like, y'all do too much. Like, y'all do too much.
I was like, wow, what is going on? But that's one thing, to your point, I can never take away from her. Unlike some other housewives, she's given us big chunks of her life in both seasons. She might be annoying a lot of times. She might do too much. She might dress over the top, like she's in Alice of Wonderland. But she definitely, because I have like this little picture of Alice. I know it's like a postcard. Anyway, so
I'm really mad I didn't come upstairs to your house. I didn't come upstairs when I came over.
This is my favorite room in the house.
I'm so mad. You know, I'm a very visual person. I love to be somewhere and know what you're looking at. And I'm so mad I don't know what you're looking at. Like, if you was downstairs, I could tell you where your couch is, the TV, the kitchen, bathroom. I can tell you staircase, front door. I could garage. I could tell you that, and I know what all that looks like. I'm so mad at the walk upstairs. We got so late. We got so late, and I left so early. Me and my brother.
That was a fun day. That was a fun day.
Yes. We gotta get back. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna see each other in a couple of weeks, sister.
We sure.
And there's gonna be more pictures, and we're gonna be in bathing suits.
So let me go to the gym later. Yeah. Going back to episode though, y'all. Brooks, we see her at home with her son and her assistant. And she's planning his birthday party with the help of her assistant. Her son's been going through a phase.
Little Adam, he's 10.
Yeah. She's like very much telling him every 5 minutes, I don't like that. Like, she works for me, not you. I don't like how you're doing that. He's trying to like hit her with, the pillow and stuff. And it was a lot going on.
Cute little boy.
Yeah, very, very cute.
Little boy. Bad.
Yeah. And I hate to just throw that label out there a lot of times and put that on kids, because I like to allow kids to be kids, but no, ma'am.
He know what he's doing. He know what he's doing.
And I feel like I wonder if he's up in the ante because the cameras are there too, probably. Like, he was doing a lot for me. I'm sorry. He was doing a lot for me.
When he noticed his mom says, I don't like that.
That's all it should take.
You think Brooks talks to her son like that all the time? I don't like that. Brooks is a strong-headed woman. She might not talk to him like, Adam, cut it out. Like, she might not get that straight and get on him like that. But because she's feeling guilty, because she's away from him alone, I'm feeling like she lets him get away with a lot. You don't let your children get away with a lot because you're feeling guilty. There's no reason to feel guilty if you are providing. Let me say that again for the people all the way. I'm talking about all the way up in the stands, all the way at the Coliseum, all the way at the top. You do not spoil or compensate your kid because you are providing for your kid. You just don't. Do you know what kind of hours I worked at the salon? Now I'm a mobile stylist for a reason. But when I worked at the salon, I would go in there early in the morning. I wouldn't get out there until 2 in, 3 in, 1 in, and don't let me feel froggy and leap and go to the club to go get my to the windows, to the walls. Like I was that's where I was at. Like, I'm gonna go get that 1 hour in too. What I'm saying is, I didn't feel guilty that I wasn't home with my kids every night. They was at home. They came to my school, come to my job, do your homework. You might got to go back with your dad home. You won't see me, especially my older kids, because me and their dad was not together. But I'm saying it to say, did I feel guilty because I was providing for my kids, so I let them say and do and talk to people any kind of way? Heck no. That is not how you raise no children. You have to teach them how to respect the people that are helping you to help them. babysitter, driver, PA, whomever. He was very disrespectful, throwing that pillow at. She was like, "You better not throw the pillow at her," and he hits his.
Talk about calling them liars. You're lying, or I told you to sit. Why didn't you sit? He was doing a lot. He was doing a lot. I'm sorry. He was.
Shout out to my mama. You better not ever call. Don't say you lying to my mama, because you say you lying to my mother. Guess what she gonna say? So you're calling me a liar?
I would have been across the room. Like,
girl, my mom. No, my mom. I'm the type. I'm like my mom. I'm gonna break it down. Don't call me a lie or say I'm lying, because that's making me a liar. And you calling me a liar is out of line, disrespectful. So let me bring it all the way back. And if you think you're about to interrupt me talking, you might get popped. Don't talk when I'm talking, when I'm trying to tell you something. Don't interrupt. I'm gonna give you your chance to talk. So I'm that mother that I'm gonna break you. I'm gonna tell you why you in trouble. I'm gonna tell you the reason and how you could have did it differently. That's the mama I am. I don't like the way that little boy was treating his mama, knowing that the cameras was on her, knowing that she's gonna do what she did, which is, I don't like that. I don't like that. With her eyebrow this high up, because her face was pulled like, so far.
Like, oh, yeah, my mom says we're gonna be best friends. At some point, I do think that they will be like friends again, or not friends, because first of all, that's did I just say that? I don't ever think that that's a cool thing to be like trying to be friends with your children. And maybe that's a product of what we're seeing as well. Maybe she's obviously, like you said, taking a softer approach lately because she feels that guilt and stuff, but that doesn't mean that you excuse, like, but not.
You got to teach in the moment. You have to manage and teach in the moment.
I would extend that to him. And how Sarah, I'm not comparing people's parenting styles or whatever, because everybody parents how they want to parent. And I'm not saying that Sarah is like the best mom in the world. I don't know, but from what we've seen, they have conversations. Maybe she need to have more conversations with him and explain. And I don't know, because
that's what I'm telling you. And
I was like,
to Auntie Bernice's point, my grandbaby's here, Auntie Bernice, and her front tooth was and my grandbaby's on the spectrum, so it's a little different with her. And so we she was playing with her tooth. The other tooth was already there. It just, and the tooth is sitting on that one piece of meat that you just cannot. You can yank. I even tried to pull it without, and it started bleeding. I was like, dang. But to your point, baby teeth are baby teeth. And I get that. I just wanted her to be like that. I wanted her to tell me. If Barb heard her say her teeth was rotten, I didn't hear that. Because they get that this baby has been tortured enough. My brain just automatically said, "Oh, they just took her tooth out." It wasn't nothing tooth in my brain.
That makes sense. I mean, based on what we learned last season, that's a different. They have different practices in culture than anything I can say I'm familiar with. So I mean, I could see why you maybe have thought that, but yeah, she said her mom did, and yeah, she can get a partial fill in or whatever. But then she went on and said, she's like, yeah, I never really thought about it. I'm like,
you're home,
let one, and I don't know why, but for some weird reason I don't think about this like every day or nothing like that, but I have thought, for whatever reason, here and there over the years, like, oh my god, like what if one of my teeth just like fell out? Like I would be at the dentist in the hour. I would be like, you gotta figure, can you squeeze me in? I don't care. We figure something out, and don't let it be on the front. I would have a meltdown.
Dude, when I'm knock on wood, I don't want that to happen to me either. But literally, just a sidebar. Dr. Heavenly talked about this. That stuff is expensive, and my dad. Hey, shout out to Papa Cutie. My dad had to get some work done, and he's like, I had to take a loan. I'm like,
expensive as
wait, what, Daddy? He's like, I had to go get a loan. My feet big. I said, Daddy, no. My dad is in his 70s, but check this out. Rudy said, Papa Cutie said, I ain't about to be up out this piece without my tooth right.
Crazy. No.
My Papa Cutie said, I'm going to go get my tooth fixed, and it's going to take a loan, and that's what I did. And I'm going to pay a couple of $100 or whatever the case may be a month for this big bill that it is. But I'm with you. If you you need to make sure your teeth are right. And if you have to take out a loan or whatever you need to do, because that could be a plethora of problems. It could be, and especially you being the age you are, Barb. I know for a fact, like in my 30s, bro, don't play with me and my teeth. Don't play with me and my teeth at no 30. In my 20s, my 30s, don't play with me and my teeth. I don't, yeah, no. But when as you get like when we find out how old Ayan is, and that the fact that she it ain't showed and it doesn't bother her, and Lisa even said, I ain't even noticed. I think that's where her brain is. She's like, I don't notice it. Even when she smiled, even though Stansberry said when she smiled crooked, she trying to hold them teeth. She said, I can't even do it. I said, Stansberry, I need you to stop being serious and still being a joke all at the same time. Like, it's the craziest thing.
It was really, it was funny. It was funny. But again, shout outs to her transparency. I'm sure this is not the last time we'll talk about this or hear about this, or who knows, maybe we'll get a crossover and we'll see Ayan down there at Heavenly's office.
Come on.
Fixed. Who knows?
That would be nice. I like that. I like that. That's into the universe. It's probably gonna happen.
Probably. Then we going back to Brooks and her son. She's trying to plan this grand old birthday party apparently for him. Her mom is going to actually fly in from Boston. Her and her mom are close. Did we see her mom last season? I don't think we did. But she also, before she gets on FaceTime with her mom, she details how she is the primary provider for her son, which I kind of deduced. But this is the result of her, when she left her ex-husband, she was entitled to nothing, no spousal
support. She wasn't not entitled to nothing. She left.
She left with, I should say. She left with, and because of that agreement or whatever, she was able to then have full custody of her son. Like, she left with a baby bag, and that was it pretty much. Which she's hit on that a little bit before, so this is nothing new. And again, like I said, her mom's flying in from Boston, so they get on FaceTime, and she does give her daughter some support and some encouragement. Again, she's like, you guys will be thick as thieves pretty soon again. Like, this is just a phase. Okay.
It is.
Okay.
It is a phase. 10-year-olds, they're weird, and he's about to be 11, which makes him what they call a tween, which is a teen, and they are weird at that age. They definitely are a little weird. We all are. I was weird at 10. All my kids were weird at 10. My sisters were weird at 10. It's like you're at a double digit, and then he's going into the 11, which means he thinks his stuff don't stink, and it does to high heaven. And so, he's trying to find himself, and we can see that. And that's fine. And it will change up. It does. Her mom is right. It will switch up. She will become his best friend. He will, and I want to touch on that too. But he will come back to being, because she want to cuddle with him and love on him, and he's like, no, mom, no, and he will get back to that. It will happen. And as far as parents being their children's friend, I am my child's friend. They are not my friend. There's a difference. My kids, they consider me their friend, their first love. I am that for them. But are my children my friends? No, they are not my friends. Them are my kids. I'm going to be your first friend. I'm going to be the one to teach you a lot of things. I don't look for them to be a friendship in my life. My children looking for me to be their friend is okay. And that's okay. It's the other way around. It's when you try to be the parent and turn around and, no, that's my friend. No, that's not your friend. That's your kid. Now, if they're looking for you for friendship, it's different because they're learning to make friends. They're learning to adapt to learning to who they should trust, how they should be. Those things are different. But me saying that it's one thing if my daughter says to me, Mom, you're my best friend. It's different if I tell them you're my best friend. No. So for me,
I see how you're explaining it, and that is totally okay when it's like
That's how I look at it.
know you, so I know what you're getting at when you say that, and I think that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like
But
it's
there are those parents that
blurred and they like don't know that you like it's just complete, because a lot of stuff that goes out the window at that point is the respect, and they don't see you as an authority figure. Like that is where the issues stem, or issues start to pop up, I should say. I think that you should always be approachable as a parent. I think that's like the number one thing. Like you should always be approachable so that your kids feel comfortable coming to you with things or whatever.
And don't take their voice away either. Don't take their opinions, their voice. Don't take that away from them, because the moment you do that, they're gonna shut down. They're never gonna speak. They're never gonna say anything. They're gonna think it's okay to hold on to emotions and feelings. You don't want that. You want them to be able to express themselves.
Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, and shout outs to the diva Erica De Niro herself, she said like, because at the end of the day, you're not raising like just like children, you're raising human beings. So one day, like they're gonna, be adults out here, and they should be confident and comfortable thinking with their own minds and knowing that their opinions and feelings, everything are, important and matter and stuff. So that's how I like to look at it as well.
I like that. You did taught me some things today. Even in saying that when you become your child's best, or when you become your friend, your child's friend, the disrespect can it will show its ugly head, because they think you guys are you put them on your level,
or your level. If you're Teresa Giudice, if you keep your child, informed about everything that goes on with your life and your friends and stuff like that, then they will start to insert their own opinions and thoughts and think that they are, amongst.
Like Stansberry's daughter did that too.
Yeah, so I definitely, and I'm seeing that situation differently a bit this week too. We'll get into that. But no, I think that there should be, like, there's still stuff. Are me and my mom more like friendly, and has our relationship changed now that I'm an adult? Of course it has. But at the same time, I still feel like there's always going to be at least a couple things on a particular list that I probably won't talk to her about, and I feel like that's good, and vice versa. Like there's always going
yeah, there's certain things you should not be talking about to your mom. I don't care how close you are, or there's just something that's not mom and daughter appropriate, and I don't care how close you are, and I don't care if your mom is only 13 years old. my mom and my grandmother are only 14 years apart from each other, so and my mom and my grandmother are not best friends, and my grandmother still was an authority figure, even if she was only 14 years older.
Like, yeah, I forgot about that. That's a really good point, because I could easily, I mean, look at you and me. We have an age gap, and we're friends, so that could have been like them, whatever, with the 14 age gap, but there still is that line is not blurred.
My mom and her twin do not play around with my grandmother. Ain't never did. I ain't never seen them be like best friends. Grandmother still always the authority figure, like my mom, and they get along. They're the same sign. They get along excellent. Well, my grandmother is the granny, and she don't play with the twins. She definitely didn't play with us. She don't play with the great grands either.
Well, that is so cute.
Yeah. I'm with you.
That was basically it.
That was it for that. Yeah, we going to Sarah and Saba.
Sarah and Saba. We get a more
time. Was cute. That little wasn't
the most aesthetically pleasing girly cafe ever. I was like, why am I not there? I need to be there right now. They look so cute. Such a cute place.
Yes.
And we got educated a little bit throughout this scene on some Karak chai, I think is what it was called. Sarah says it's a tea with milk and sugar. It's a traditional drink in the UAE. But Saba, on the other hand, she would beg to differ. She says that is a recipe that they got from Pakistan. So I need you to put some respect on my culture. Just saying. And again, Sarah lets us know that they're best friends. Like, that's her girl, that's her partner in crime. Like, they talk 24/7. Like, they're thick as thieves. I'm like, okay, I hope it stays that way. And then all of a sudden, y'all, yeah, they're talking. All of a sudden, y'all, Sarah receives a FaceTime from a man named, was it Aiken or Akin?
It's Akin.
Yeah, Akin. And I'm like, okay. I sat up in my seat at that point. So apparently he is he's living in Germany. He's from Germany or whatever. And she was there a few months ago, and she was there meeting with her investors. And all of a sudden she saw this tall, muscular, handsome, green-eyed man pass by, and everything else went out the window at that moment. They've been getting to know each other ever since. And although he does live in Germany, he's came out a couple times. We even get like a little snippet clip of one of the times he came out, and he gave her like this alien sculpture figurine thing, which although she was kind of being a little weird with that last week, I feel like I thought it was cute that he, gave her that or whatever, because that means that he obviously listens when she speaks. So yeah, they've just been kind of talking. So he FaceTimes her real quick, and she's like, after that disastrous date last week, I'm kind of looking at him a little different now. I'm seeing like if we could, take things further. So that's what they plan on doing. But at the same time, Saba's there to be the guard dog. She needs to kind of feel him out, and he needs to pass the vibe check, I guess, with her. So
you gotta be careful with that. You gotta be real careful with that. Unless that's like your sister saying that, or a family member like your friend.
But
why
would anybody? No, I don't. If I'm dating somebody new or whatever, I'm not going to go into that situation thinking that their best friend, sister, cousin, whoever is going to be receptive to me treating them poorly. Obviously, that should go without saying that there's going to be an issue if we catch wind that you've been, treating my person poorly or whatever. So it's like, obviously we don't need to do the big bad wolf thing. Like, okay, you could just get to know him, collect information, and, talk to her about what you collected afterwards. That's all you really takes. Not all extra. Like, I'm gonna get you. Like, we're grown, like, relax.
Yeah, we're not teenagers. We're not doing all that. But he is a cutie pie, and I'm a sucker for green eyes. My husband has green eyes, so she had my full attention. When I heard green, I was like, "What? Let me see what he look like." Except for my man is chocolate with green eyes. So
he does. So we won't. I wonder. Do you think that we're gonna get a in-person cameo from him this season?
Heck yeah! They ain't showing a picture on the damn phone for no reason.
Just be showing his faces.
We full comedy. Yes, Lord. I want to see tall.
Maybe just like the phone. Who knows? Anyway, I'm annoying. Shout out to the 29 people that are watching on Twitter. Make sure you come over here and subscribe to our channels.
Come on through YouTube, babies. Larger! My girl, what's up, Curves?
Yeah,
thank you for joining. And that's what I was gonna say. You said shout out to Kempire for his review. I watched Larger's review, and I don't usually watch nobody's review until after we do our review. But I did. So shout out to Curves. You guys, make sure you guys are subscribed to Larger Curves. She is a content creator. Amazing. Love her so much. I mean, she's one of the best, and she's funny and fun, and you guys will enjoy her. So please make sure, Larger, if you're still in, you can drop your link, please, in the box, please. Thank you for joining us.
I caught a bit of her commentary yesterday on her live of talking about the Kenya Moore of it all.
Yes, me too.
So
yes, Lord.
Go check out her channel and make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes.
But going back to this, y'all, Stansbury, thank God she is finally in her new home. It ain't even finished being
mess.
And nope, like the bathtub was not even hooked up, I don't think, to water.
The water.
She was like, you know what? At the same time, I don't care if I don't have the
bed.
on the bed, we are moving in. I don't care. And I was like, I don't. I understood. I understood. I'm not gonna lie. I understood because it ain't nothing like being in your own space. So the movers are bringing in all the stuff. There's boxes everywhere. She's excited for their first night in the new home, and her kids actually pop up. They're gonna all be under one roof again. The kids, Sergio, her, the dogs, everybody's gonna be under one roof.
PAs, drivers.
Yeah. And I want to say, or no, I already said I already said that. So her and Sergio, they seem to be communicating better. Tensions aren't as high anymore. And he actually apologizes for the way he reacted when he heard her and Michael talking the other day. And he says that he didn't even know he had all that bottled up in him for the last 2 months. He surprised himself and he was just, super stressed.
And I guess some stress, I guess.
Huh?
I said, I guess he was acting super stressed. I guess
yeah, because he lost me as soon as he said, I'm the husband, you will prioritize me and blah blah. Like he lost me with a lot of things he said in that. I was like,
that's because Sergio doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know how to be a man to Stansberry. He just knows how to be her boy toy. No disrespect, you are her husband. But you don't even know how to be a man yet because you haven't exerted man yet. You haven't even put man in your vocabulary yet. You don't walk around manly. You walk around like a young, immature person. I need you. It's not even about the way you dress. It's the way you talk. Even talking to her, like everything is, you don't have to call her honey every time. You don't have to call her baby every time. You don't have to, like, I need him to watch himself on TV and see himself and be like, oh.
That's so freaking weird to me.
Like, I hope he sees himself and be like, this ain't working. I gotta stand on my own 2 feet. Like, this ain't good. My wife don't respect me. Her children don't respect me. So I need him to pay attention to himself.
I don't got nothing else to say about that. I wish them well. I want to see the final product of the home once it's finished and everything. It looks like I seen like what the top looked like. I seen what a couple of things look like. So I think she's gonna curate a really nice space. And I love home decor and all of that. So I'm excited to see it. Over at Tuline's, however, she seems to have her pants full with her 2 girls, and she tells us that she doesn't even know her way around the kitchen. I don't even think she knows where the kitchen is located in the home, and that's because when she first moved to Dubai, she was forced not to be. Like I said before, they have the driver, they got the chef, they got the nannies, they got the dog walker, they got everything they need. So, and that's really what she loves about being in Dubai is the luxury of it all. And I'm like, yes, this is why, going back to what we said in the beginning of the live, y'all, this is why we love to watch this franchise in particular, because there's no they don't shy away from showing us those luxurious parts of life. I like to see it. I like to live through them. But her and her husband, they're like trying to like make some cookies or whatever. And we also find out that the other night, the guys, the husbands and whatnot, they had a guys' night out or whatever. And it was Rafi, Sergio, Chris, and Rich. So that is Tuline's husband, Lisa's husband, Ayan's husband, and Sergio. Caroline's human backpack. Caroline. So there was all of them, and he says how Sergio actually kind of opened up a bit more to them, and we get, of course, a glimpse into that, and we see Sergio going on about, or actually, before we even get that clip, I want to say Rafi brought up how they're, a bit older than him and stuff. So they were just trying to give him advice and whatnot. But as far as raising other people's children, that's something that they can't empathize with because nobody has children, bonus kids. So there was a disconnect a little bit there, but I think they did still try to support him in that moment enough for him to open up and tell them that Yasmin in particular be talking crazy to him, and he's
right here. She right here.
He's praying goes to college soon. Like, please let her go to college soon, because there's only like a small age gap in between them. And this kind of like throws freaking Rafi for, off a little bit, because it's like, okay, they need to still see you as, an authority figure, and they're probably approaching you right now as like more of a friend. So that's probably why there's all this friction right there. And Talim's like, yeah, because you remember how Yasmin was talking to him crazy at the party? Like, and I was like, oh, thank God somebody else clocked it. And we get the flashback of that, of course, super cringy. And she even says that there was actual tears forming in his eyes, which I fully believe.
I believe too. That's a simple man.
And then we end that scene with her asking, can she put aluminum in the oven? So I'm like, it's probably best that you don't be in the kitchen.
She baked some cookies and it was it can make up to 12 to 24 cookies. Like she makes it. And then the fact that she put the butter in there that was already this out the butter and just stuck it in the thing. That's like, you're not softening the.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah, she took just some margarine and just scooped it in. She said, do you think this is what I need? And stuck it in there. There ain't no measuring. It was still margarine. It wasn't like soft and pory. It was just margarine or butter put in there. I was like, okay, I don't know what the shows cookies.
Talene, if you're watching, I have a really good cookie recipe. So just DM me. I will send it to you. It's super easy. It's foolproof. If you need one, because ma'am, that's not how that goes. Like
at all. And it's so funny because she don't know where the kitchen is, and her husband don't know where the kid's room is. It's like, what's going on here?
I don't know.
What are y'all doing? It's the nannies and the drivers and the PAs and the dog walkers. Are they the ones taking care of your household? Because y'all don't know where nothing is. Crazy. That's our favorite part, Larger. That's our favorite part. We love the luxury.
I love it. I'm not trying to go down the street and have a party in somebody's front lawn or front driveway or whatever. I want to see stuff like this.
Yeah, come on.
But moving forward, y'all, all the ladies, we catch them getting ready for the party, trying to pick out their outfits. The dress code was supposed to just be all black attire. I think that's all that was said.
That's all she said. That's all production told us.
We'll get back to that in a minute. The whole dress code fiasco of it all. But it's did you catch when Lisa referred to Ayan as Auntie Ayan to her son? I was like,
I don't even remember hearing that part.
That did make me feel a little sad, because obviously I like to think no one's just going to rope their kids into a superficial relationship, a friendship. They obviously were really friends, and it sucks that now, like, how do you feel?
Ayan or Caroline? Ayan?
Lisa said that to her son about Ayan.
Lisa said, okay, I was confused because I didn't hear it. So I was like, wait a minute, who said that?
It was real quick. She was picking out her dress or whatever, and her son was like,
"Oh, yeah. I do. Okay, I do remember, because there was flash shows. Like you said, they was flashing at everybody's what they're getting ready for.
Mom said that don't wear that dress because it's too slutty. Like,
right.
It was a lot going on, but that did make me feel a little sad, just to see like now you guys don't have a friendship at all. I always feel bad for the collateral people, the collateral damage of it all. When friendships and stuff go down the drain, it's the people outside of the main two people that it really sucks for. That can be sometimes like the husbands. We've seen that before, where it's like, oh, well, you guys are beefing now, so we can't even really hang out because now it's weird. Or sometimes in this case, like it's the kids or whatever. So it does kind of suck and whatnot. But of course, you should never excuse disrespect. Like, you should never just hold on to a friendship or a relationship just because of other people. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. But it does suck because it impacts other people. Anyway, the Queen's party. Why did they do that with the music? Was it because like Ayan was overdressed in the beginning?
She came early because she sat there for an hour and a half.
It changed. It was like, Sarah, like right when they focused on the restaurant, and I was thinking, I was like, okay, is it because like should we think
Oh,
that
because that's where Beyonce performed at. That was
okay.
the Beyonce performance
People,
place.
I didn't know that was the name. Like people knew that. Like you knew. I didn't know that until later on in the episode. So
No, she said it. I feel like she said it early. I knew that's where it was. I knew that was the place. I feel like I feel like she said that early on, but I don't know. The music did get very dramatic, and I did not like that they relate her part.
Like what is going on with this? And I was like, maybe it's because I didn't hear that in the beginning. Maybe I was thinking the way she explained it, it made me think that it was going to be like a private event, like at a private. I mean, obviously they were outside, but for some reason I thought it was going to be in a more secluded, like private, like area for some weird reason. Not trying to be shady, just saying. So I thought
Ariana just wanted to take them to the VVV. She wanted to take them to the VVVVVIP.
Yes, a taste of what they missed out on. That definitely came up in this scene. When Once a Lady showed up, that was actually how we opened up the dinner conversation, was over the VVIP. That was after, again, once they showed up, because everybody was late. Ayan was there entertaining herself for quite a bit. She's dancing around. She's having a good old time. And I want to say it was Sarah and Saba that walked in first. And we got to talking about crowns and all of that, which I have a picture once all the ladies actually got there. We see that some have crowns, some do not. And Sarah actually focuses on this and says like, oh, well, I feel like that's because Ayan doesn't ever give clear enough dress code instructions, because she wants to make sure that everybody or she looks better than everybody or whatever. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't know about that.
That was shade.
It definitely was. It definitely was shade. It was kind of funny though. At the same time, I'm not gonna say I didn't laugh at it. I think those are the types of comments. I think those are the types of comments that people like and want to see the Housewives. You know, that's the fun shade. You know,
I wanted to be a drama queen too. I wanted to be a queen of drama too. Yes, let's do it. I'm feeling like Wonder Woman. Do 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 Wonder Woman. We're definitely at the Queen's party.
We're definitely in the VVIP right now, y'all.
We're
reporting live from the VVIP.
Yes, ma'am.
We were partying with Beyonce's mom and all the things. All the ladies. Ooh, not me sliding.
Don't slide off now. On the block.
But all of the ladies, they show up, and everybody, I mean, I guess they look nice for the most part. You know whose hair threw me off though? There was a lot going on with his hair.
Girl, it was a braid in there too. I seen it. It's a braid in there.
I don't see it. Whoever does Lisa's wigs, maybe, because Lisa's wigs for the most part look good to me. Can they look her with hers? Because what was on her head? There was a lot going on that head. Like,
can you throw up? I don't know. That was, she wore a crown on a crown, because her hair was a crown itself.
It was.
There was a crown
of hair and edges up under there, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to show it though, because I didn't like it.
I should have got it from that part where that braid was like right up in here.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that braid doing?
Yeah, and it made me think about last week. Remember when you said last week, you were like, it's just like a lot. It's like full makeup, full hairline, full contour, full, like it's she needs to tone down some stuff. You know, she's a make under.
Can you put up the curves? She's grabbing her crown too.
Yes.
It's a crown party. I hope you are having a good time in your crown, you know, because there ain't nothing but queens up in here, baby. Let's be clear.
Ooh, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. You know, us Jersey girls.
I know exactly what that means. I did watch.
You do like big hair. I will say that.
Jersey women. Hair ain't never big enough. Then they say the hair has to be high because it's closer to God? Ain't that
Yeah.
how the Jersey women feel?
Yeah. It definitely does. But I left all the like what is it, the poofs and stuff like that. That's like we don't need to have hair like that anymore. But Teresa obviously felt differently, and I guess in this scene Brooks did too, because honey, why did she show up with that on her head? It was so bad. It amazed me like where all that mean. Yeah,
Child, my face would be peeling. I mean, the whole face would just start. It would just be closed. I'm not wearing it. Even I wear makeup when I do, but when it's sunny and hot, I don't. If I want no client's house, I'm not, because I got like, I have little blotches in my, especially down here against my oily spot. I'm throwing a little makeup on. But if it's gonna be hot and I'm gonna be in somebody's house, I don't know, put no makeup on for what?
I mean, contrary to what a lot of y'all may think, I don't wear makeup every day. But there has times obviously in life where I've had to wear makeup in settings that I would have rather not had makeup on. So I know how to do it in ways to where it doesn't like I got this setting spray combo that
I was just saying
it's foolproof.
Yes.
It's foolproof, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that I still want to have it on my face. Like, no, especially like there, like I want the minimum amount of anything on my body, the minimum amount of hair, makeup, clothes,
no bra, no underwear, just something to cover up. I don't want. Yeah, I'm not wearing bra and panties in Dubai. I'm not. No, I wouldn't be. I'm not doing that.
I do make my trip there, and it's hot like that. Yeah, you will be seeing a lot of barefaced looks.
Not only that, but wasn't they in winter? Like, weren't they in wintertime when they were outside in the sun? I'm like, this is guys winter, and they outside by the beach. I was like, yeah, no, because in the summer it's like what?
And as much as I do like the warm weather, I love it. I do like I like the different seasons as far as like I feel like it should never get under like 55 degrees, 60, honestly. But I do like to layer my clothes and stuff like that. So that would be a big transition for me, as well as not wearing makeup as often, because who wants to do that? So it is kind of shocking seeing that she's able to slap it on so much and just be everything is on 10 with her. Like I said, it's the hair, the makeup, the edges, the looks. It's just I'm going to tone it down because it makes her very harsh at times.
It does. It's making her look. She's a pretty lady. She don't need all that makeup. She don't need it. Like, it's different if you needed it. You don't need all that. You're making your face. You're actually making your face look harder instead of look softer.
And clean, like, makeup looks and more natural makeup looks are actually what's in right now. Not saying that you have to follow trends. It's not what I'm saying, but just an FYI, the girls are going with more my skin but better look lately. Just saying.
That's the only look I know how to do.
That's it.
It's the only look I got. I only got the natural look, the very natural. You got makeup on? I sure do. That's all I got. I'm not doing it.
So they all discuss again the VVIP, the dress code details. Lisa talks a little bit about her mom and how she left, and she kind of, I don't think she fully changed her mind, but right now she's still weighing all the different variables in her life and seeing if that move is going to be feasible for her. And in the meantime, Lisa ain't letting up off of it. She is very much going to stay on her neck about getting her mom over to Dubai. But now it's time to address the elephant in the room. The elephant being between Stansberry and Brooks. So Ion brings it up and she's like, what, you guys are acting like everything is great, but what's up? What's going on between y'all? And they both said that they're fine. It's over with. And neither is at the point where they can say they want to move forward. Brooks' thing is friendship is supposed to be 50-50. And I guess she feels like Stansberry hasn't been reciprocating that. And Stansberry on the other side is like, I don't even know if I want the friendship back. Like, that was really not cool. Like, we were really friends at the end of the day, and for you to just flip like that is crazy. Ayan also continues to stir the pot by bringing up the German African man that Sarah has been talking to, apparently. And Sarah tells them a bit about him, and I want to say Saba said something. I don't remember what she said, but
the fact she gonna be there to meet him, and she's gonna get basically grilled
or something. I'm just like, girl, okay, we got
it. Yeah.
We totally got it. I think Sarah has managed to get to this point in her life without you being there for every step of the way and every decision. So I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. You can stand by. You can stand away.
Yes, so, agree.
Then Ayan wants to drum up some more fun. She wants it to be fun. She wants to play a game where they each tell each other like why they think that their other one is the queen. And Lisa went first. She said some things about Sarah. Sarah also said some kind things about Lisa. I didn't write down what they said. And then we moved to Brooks and Ayan. And Ayan also then,
I wrote it just like you said it.
Yeah, Ayan then chooses Brooks. And at this point, Ayan's saying whatever she's saying about Brooks. And of course, Lisa or Stansbury's like, what is this? Are we passing around shrooms? Like, since when are y'all like, huh? What is up with this? Lisa's also lost. She's like, what? That's weird, huh? I wasn't surprised again by that, because we know that they've been getting closer and closer and closer behind, not behind the scenes, but much to everybody else's unknowingness. So Talene gets brought up. Talene speaks on Stansbury, and she says, you know, that she's all these good things and all this. And Lisa decides to call Stansbury a 50-year-old. She reduces her to a 50-year-old influencer, basically, and she kind of like scoffs at the fact that Talene is saying all these nice things. How did you feel about that?
You know, that bothered me to my core. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my screen for whatever reason disappeared, but it's okay. I was laughing at all the side eyes and all the, you know, how, you know, just like how you said, it was Lisa that gave Sarah props, and Sarah gave Lisa a compliment, then Brooks gave Ayan her props, and then Ayan gives Brooks some props, and then Stansbury, like you said, says like, wait a minute, what are y'all talking about? Like, that made me laugh. She was like,
it really did.
Is it, what's going on? And even
funny in this episode.
Yeah, I really get her dry humor for real. I really do. And the fact that it says, Ayan says the best thing she realized about Brooks is that she's nice, that to be nice to her. That's what made me laugh. I said, you got the formula. She's like, yeah, I'm overly nice to Brooks, so that makes her, you know, in a nicer mood and keeps her calm, which is a true statement. I just was tripping off the fact, I felt like, why are y'all doing the thing where like, so I'm gonna give Barb a compliment, but there's other people in the room. Why did the compliment have to come back to the person that you gave it to? Like, are you just giving the compliment to the person that said it to you so they can play it safe? Or do you really have other feelings that you might have had about some other people? That part kind of confusing. So I feel like everybody was like giving their, like, oh, I'm gonna tell you, and you tell me how you feel about me. And I don't think that's really how it's supposed to go, even though there's nothing wrong with it, but I didn't think that's how it went. But
wait, so you're saying like you think that people purposely picked whoever and said whatever because they really just cared about them saying the nice things back to them?
Yes, I don't feel like everybody that said something was somebody said it to them first. So when Lisa said it to, when whoever said it to that person, they turned around and gave the compliment right back to that person, instead of like, you know, if you're really giving props to whoever you're giving it to, you don't have to give it to the person that gave you the props. You can just, if you really have props for somebody in this group, I feel like everybody was like, well, let me tell you how good you are since you told me about me. Since you picked me, I'm gonna pick you. And yeah, could be production. Could have been production. I'm not saying it wasn't. I just was like, y'all making this don't. I see what y'all doing, but I also feel like y'all could have did better with this. I would have rather y'all not give each other compliments, or like that was really nice of you. But my favorite person is this person, and whatever the case may be. And the fact that Talene picked Stansberry, that was weird to me, because if you're sitting at the group, you're sitting here with your group, and the one person that's been going up for you is Brooks. Yes, you are you're learning, getting to know Stansberry. I just thought in that moment, I don't think that was the smartest thing for her to do. Oh, Stansberry, you're unapologetically you. You're yourself, and you the way you were in a long-term marriage, and then you came out of that and you became the person you are, and we all should be looking up to you. And I'm like, if I was Brooks and you're my friend and I've been going up for you, and you already told me, yeah, you said, we squashed that and everything, and you turn around and do that, I'm gonna side eye, because I'm gonna be looking at you like, are you kissing her ass to do this, or this is how you really feel? What she said was admirable and was true tea, but at the same time, I'm still like, how you break? I heard everybody at the table. That's what you brought up. So I was on the fence about that. I don't like to be on the fence. Like, I need somebody to tell me one way or the other. I don't want to be on the fence. So I was like, but then again, because right after that, we get her want to tell Stansberry, can we go talk? Can I come talk to you for a minute? And that made the table like, what they got to talk about, and we come to find out that Talene wants to tell Stansberry that her husband, Rafi, talked to her about Sergio coming to him about things that are going on in Stansberry and Sergio's relationship, marriage and stuff. Although Stansberry was a little put off about it coming from Talene, she also gave her kudos for, pulling her to the side, not talking about it in front of everybody at the table, which is great. That's showing you got class, and that is not for everybody to know. And but that does put a target on Sergio's back by his wife, because his wife is like, how dare you go talk to some people we just met? Like, what are you doing? Why are you telling Talene or even Rafi, y'all just met? Why are you telling them the business about how you feel? But the thing about that, to Sergio's, to give him the benefit of the doubt, sometimes you don't know who you're going to talk to and who you're comfortable with talking and when it's going to come out. Sometimes it comes out in the places that you just don't know. Me being a hairstylist comes out with my clients a lot. Yeah. I know a lot of my clients' tea. They know some of my tea because we are exchanging conversation and exchanging stories. So it's not like I'm just a therapist, I'm just listening to them. I'm also going to give them my intake and what I got from what you said. And if I have a story that's similar to yours, I'm going to talk about that as well. So yeah, I just feel like, yes, needs to play me. And like I said, it just came out of nowhere. And if he felt in that moment that they were people he can talk to, because he's looking at, they have children, they're a young couple, they doing it just as big as Stansberry is going to be doing it. And he just probably felt comfortable with that. And I just felt kind of bad that he did have to go talk to them. I'm sure he got friends, or maybe he don't. Maybe his friends are just Stansberry's friends.
You think he has time to have friends if he's being on her back 24/7?
Before he met his wife is what I mean. He has friends, but
they're not. I don't know if they're there.
They're not active. Yeah, and
he hasn't been there 3 years. We can deduce, right?
Yeah, so, he ain't been there 3 years.
I think that once they got together or whatever, like that's when he decided to be there or whatever. Like, so I don't even think that he probably even had time to be a single guy there.
Well, here's my thing. So they've been together for 5 years then.
That's the thing. I don't think he had time to cultivate new relationships there. So his friends are wherever he was living previously, Spain.
And they probably let him loose. Like, you marrying, not no disrespect, but you marrying this older lady like that, like that. I mean, she fine, she look good, but are you gonna be able to have kids with her? She already got kids. So your new baby gonna have siblings that are old enough to almost be his parent.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that, because I have the same thing. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. It's not judging like that. I have children that are grown, and I have children that are younger, and I'm just
I feel like that situation is different. And I feel like usually like people, I mean, yeah, that can be a great thing that people want to do, or that can be like reverse, where it's just like, I'm not trying to start over again. I definitely understand both of it. And that's
right.
another thing, that they are completely on two opposite sides of the fence with. Like
Yeah.
they don't match in any area. So why again are they husband and what? Anyway, I love that she said no bro code in UAE, because that's how I felt. I didn't think about that at first as much as I'm thinking about it now. Like, yeah, I don't feel like that's something that should have been brought back, because now then they probably gonna get into it or whatever. I think Talene should have been like, especially because they're not that close right now. They're just forming a friendship, right? So it's not that you really owe her like so much loyalty, in my opinion, to the point that you had to tell her this. I think that she should have just like let that be between the guys in that moment, and maybe later on she could bring it up, maybe down the line.
Why y'all just couldn't why y'all just couldn't coach Sergio? Why do you have to? Why bring it to his wife? Why just not say, you know what, Sergio, we're always here as an outlet for you to talk to us. You know, if you need any sound advice, because I don't think he intended for them to go back and tell his wife.
No,
And
so that's like,
so with that, y'all should have said, you know what, thank you for, talking to us about it. And in any way we can help, but that's something that you and your wife need to work on. And if not, maybe we can all have a conversation if you want to do that. But that was not her place to go back and tell, especially because Sergio didn't talk to you. He talked to your husband. And now y'all pillow talking. And now here you go going back to her talking your pillow talk with your husband. That don't go together.
And it wasn't even no life-threatening thing. I'm not saying that the issues he brought up, I'm not minimizing his feelings or whatever, Sergio's, but it wasn't like it was like some, like, they're already married. First of all, they're already married. So it's not like it's something that had to like really, you had to go and bring in both sides and marry and match up the two and make sure there was a full circle of transparency for everybody. I don't think it needed to be said, but I mean,
well, you know why it needed to be said? Because Talene went a step further. Talene took it a step further. She even asked Stansberry about,
okay.
Yeah, are you okay? Go ahead. If you got it, because I have it, but I didn't pull it all the way. I'm just trying to go.
Talene asked to speak one-on-one. Talene goes on to say she didn't feel comfortable bringing up the table, but insert what Rafi said here. Sergio and her, she's like, yeah, are you and Sergio okay? And Stansberry's like, yes, we're okay. The kids want to push their boundaries. They see Sergio as more between a big brother and a father. He's not their biological father. And Yasmin, she talks about Yasmin and how they both have the dry sense of humor, and the jokes that Stansberry says to him are going to be different or a no-go coming from Yasmin. That's not her place. It's inappropriate. And Caroline says in the confessional, yes, she was ultimately receptive to what Talene said, and I do appreciate that. And I think that made me like Caroline a little bit more too as well during this episode, because I do feel like she's sensible enough to know like she wasn't bringing this, Talene wasn't bringing this to her on no mess or anything like that, or trying to exploit anything, as much as she was probably genuinely like, I heard this. And maybe Talene was trying to really get in there good, maybe by bringing this up, which I feel like is not that genuine fully, but I do think that she was genuine enough to where Stansberry picked up on that. And she's like in her confessional talking about how like what you just said, why is he putting out her private business with people that they just met? Like that's why she shouldn't have, I feel like, said it, because no matter how it gets back to Caroline now at this point, it's gonna look like he's out there just talking
running
crazy,
his mouth,
running his mouth and telling a business, and nobody ever wants to, I'm sure nobody ever wants to feel like their business is out there and they're being looked at weird or whatever. Everybody knows what y'all got going on behind closed doors or whatever, especially because their relationship already looks crazy. People already probably see the weirdness about it. So it's like, why you got to put more stuff out there now so people think that we really in here on the rocks? I kind of think that Sergio's attachment to Caroline stems from Caroline's insecurity for him to only want to be around her, or is it his insecurity? I feel like I haven't said this enough during this live, but Stansberry very much is, she's at fault as well. She helped create this monster, I feel like, because it was all cool and fine and dandy last season when y'all were attached at the hip every millisecond of the day. But now fast forward to this season, and now you're kind of like, okay, it's kind of old now. Like you should have set that standard. You should have set that back then, is how I feel.
Stansberry was too busy trying to make that ex-husband of hers jealous, so she wanted him to think that it's all paradise where we at, and he loves me more than you ever could, and I have your children, and he loves me more. My human backpack. That's what she was in. And now that thing then came back around and bite her on the behind, and now you're in quicksand. Would it be normal to be like, oh yeah, me and my wife are having problems, talk about their relationship, so what's the problem except for anything Sergio does? That's true. That's true. The problem is she doesn't know Talene. If it would have been anybody but Talene, maybe if it would have been somebody if it would have been Brooks, even though they're on the outs, her and Brooks was cool at one time. Because let's be clear, Sergio also talked to Sarah, but Sarah was inquisitive and asking him, "Is everything okay?" Because she's like, "That's like my brother. I could tell something was wrong, and he confided in her." So remember, people that know Sergio can see it's not right with him. They can see it. It don't take a rocket scientist to see that he's not happy, and neither is she.
I don't think that he did anything bad or whatever, because ultimately, when you think about it too, technically speaking, one of Caroline's friends kind of got an more inside glimpse into their marriage. Michael, technically, he knows a lot more than
real good.
Yeah, he knows some. So obviously, that's because they were living with him at the time. But like, so, and I'm not saying this should be any tit for tat type of thing, because it should not. But it's like, you're not going to sit here and tell me that once Michael got more glimpses into their marriage and stuff like that, they haven't talked about some of the things that he may have witnessed or was. Michael and Stansberry have definitely talked about her relationship. Absolutely. So he's just doing the same thing. I'm just being 100% real when I say that. And I'm saying that as someone who's married too. Like, it does happen from time to time. I think there's always going to be a certain things that you don't ever divulge to people, I'm sure. But at the same time, I would be crazy. And if I sat here and looked you in your face and said, like, yeah, you don't sometimes be talking. Like, yeah, it's just been crazy lately. I don't know. Like, it just comes up sometimes. So
yeah, sometimes you
I feel bad about this. I'm looking.
Sometimes you can't help who you even talking to. It needs to come out. You found somebody that made you feel comfortable enough to say it, and then sometimes self-consciously you say it to somebody you think it would never get back to your wife or your spouse, or
wouldn't have. I don't. Well, should I say it wouldn't have if they weren't on the show?
I mean, well,
we said camera. Not as many people would know.
Camera, and it could get on TV. So Talene wanted Stansberry attention at the cost
of their relationship.
Come on, Curves, tell it.
Let's wrap this up, and then I'm gonna show you guys some things
yes,
about their
okay.
relationship if you guys didn't know. But they wrapped that conversation up, and or no, how can I just move past part? So she does appreciate Talene's concerns. So Stansberry, this is when she tells us that she met him at 24.
Yes.
And she let him know the door is always open. She not holding him hostage. Because we brought it up before. She's thinking like, what if he just wakes up one day, I'm 60, he feels differently. And I'm thinking the whole time, like, you're probably
ain't going to wait that long.
Okay. And Celine's like, so Celine's like, what am I hearing right now? So like, how long do you expect to be doing this then? She's like, 10, 15 years. But she's like, we're having a wonderful time right now. But one day he just might not want to be here. And I'm just like, are you sure that's not going to be, maybe you one day don't want to be there too?
Come on.
Hey, I respect her honesty and her keeping it a buck, because that's definitely how she moves in this. And I think that's, again, why she's not thinking about having no babies. But I'm not going to sit here. We'll never know 100% inside their relationship. True. But I will say that I feel like she had to speak along these lines at least a little bit with him or whatever. Like, this cannot just be 100% all new news, especially because I think that she does at least care enough about him as a person that she wouldn't want all of this to just be coming up for the first time on the show. So that tells me that he at least knows a little bit about like how she feels about this. And I don't even think she's doing it maliciously. Like, she's really genuinely trying to waste his time. The only reason why I could say that she might be wasting his time, and she doesn't even think about it that way, is because technically speaking, like, he does want a child, and I don't think he's wrong for feeling that way. So it's like, if you don't want to give him that, if you don't want to have another child, then you should care about him enough, even more, that you will just let him go on about his life, which is why what she should have did in the beginning. She should have been like, you know what, you can't even handle me or my life. Like, you're good to look at. You're good. We could do a little, as Funky Dineva would say, a little yang yang every now and then, but
that's about it. Bro.
Like, she should have spared him enough, because he's not, I feel like, emotionally or mentally mature enough to even do this with like no strings attached, pretty much. His string. This is my little mushroom thing. I don't know if you can see it. Like, all these are all of Sergio's strings. These are all his strings in here attached to Caroline. Hers are nowhere to be found.
It was weird when Talene says, do you think that Sergio regrets marrying you? Getting married? Was like, what are we saying here? And then Stansberry says, well, he's never said that to me. I was just like, whoa, wait. This is going beyond y'all friendship. Like, don't ask me if my husband regrets marrying me. Stansberry.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's weird. That's different. And I thought that was a little off-putting. She's like, he's never said nothing, and I'm not holding him. And I always said that if he wanted to leave, he can go. I'm like, what kind of marriage is that? I don't even know what y'all got.
I was laughing. I'm not gonna lie. I was laughing. I was like,
because it's laughable. You should have been. It's laughable.
I was laughing, and it's just like, I completely see both of their sides, though. I completely see what she's talking about, but I also completely see that he wanted to sign up for strings attached. He is ready to attach strings, and she's like, she already knew what her strings are doing. Like,
I think he wants to get in her belly. He wants to be the baby. He wants to be the baby. Yes. He wants her to have. That's what he wants.
Costumes. They could do that. I mean, some people might call that a fetish though. Anyway. Final scene, y'all.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So they get back to the table, and right off the bat, Lisa wastes no time asking, like, what was that all about? And I mean, Ayan also did say too, like, she was curious about what
It's not what she said, it's how she said it. But go ahead.
Oh
Not
yeah,
what she said, it's how
she was definitely inquiring, and I even rolled it back a couple times to make sure like nobody else was going that hard. Like I said, Ayan said something about it like one time. Stansbury wasn't saying anything. They were directing all the line of questioning to Talene. And Talene's like, why is this such a big thing? She kind of said it more to Brooks. And Lisa, she's like, it's not that it's a big thing or whatever. Talene's like, well, it's out of respect. I wanted to go over there one-on-one or whatever. And Lisa's like, I'm just speaking. She's basically trying to act like she's speaking for everybody and saying like, well, if it's not a big deal, then you should be able to say it and do. And so all of a sudden, Talene's like, okay, well, if that's the case, then move on. And Lisa's like, bitch, I moved on. What the? And Talene's like, okay, whoa, that B word, like, and this, I even got a glimpse of that, caught everybody off guard. They
sure caught me off guard.
They were off guard. We had, I don't think I put the picture up here, but Sarah and Saba were like, and Sarah was like, yeah, that's not cool. Like, you can't just, Lisa's overreacting. You can't just call a girl the B word. Like, that's a no-go. And Lisa says it a couple more times. She's like, well, you're acting cheating. Like, don't make me go there. Like, I like you, but
no, that's not acting. She said you're being like, what?
And it was just so, it just got really weird. And then the final little couple sentences we get from Lisa is her finding it weird that Talene is bigging up Stansbury and pulling her to the side and everything, knowing that them two had beef. And that's something that her and Ayan would never do.
How are you speaking for other people? Don't do that, Lisa. Don't do
Nobody else was asking.
Yeah, just say I would never do that. But why are you putting Ayan in it? It's like you trying to make an allegiance with Ayan so bad, or this is what we are. It's like that's cool, but y'all don't have to do that. Like you guys are all grown women that you don't have to.
She was kind of acting like how in this particular scene, she was kind of giving the energy that we thought Brooks was giving about being so like territorial and
there you go.
Stuff and stuff, because at the end of the day, Talene, whether you like it or not, Talene did give you an answer. She said, it was private, it was one-on-one, like they should have been hands off at that point, but you kept poking and prodding or whatever, and you were just pissed off because you didn't get the answers that you wanted. And I was so disgusted because I expect so much more from Lisa. And this is why I can never get fully wrapped up in these shows, because as soon as I say that I go up for somebody and they're that girl, they prove me wrong the next week. Because Lisa, you're acting so weird. You threw me off when you reduced Stansbury to a 50-year-old influencer. That I didn't like. And maybe I'm a little biased because I obviously do my
you're biased. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I had to rewind it. I was like,
well, first of all, 50 is not old. And second of all, that is the new thing right now. And one day you might find yourself
you hope to be my age one day, girl. Like, you hope to be.
What is wrong with that? That is a normal job. That is a normal job these days. It is 2024 and it's not old being, 50 years old. So I didn't like when she said that. And then now she wanted to act like this. And it was just
unwarranted. We wasn't checking for that
at all. Like, it made her look crazy. And then to just jump to trying to draw these parallels between these two and their dynamic and you two, and like, it just was like, what are you trying to get at? The same thing that we said to Brooks the last couple weeks. What are you trying to get at? Why do you keep poking the bear? Why do you keep trying to hold Stansbury's feet to the fire? Lisa was giving that same exact energy where we're like, what's up with you? Like, did you really? That was not cute. It wasn't cute.
When you said that earlier, I said it's Lisa. It's the last scene. Lisa showed her behind. I knew that's who you were talking about. So I was like, oh yeah, we right here. I already knew who it was. It's the only person that really made me mad in it, because it really wasn't that serious. Talene gave you the answer. She told you, 1, it was private. 2, I was being respectful. And 3, she could have just flat out told you where you would have been able to say what you said, which is she could have told you it's none of your business. It's not your business. Because if I wanted everybody to know, I'd have did it right here. So you should know that. But whatever, Lisa. What else you have to tell us about Talene being on Andy's show?
Okay, y'all. So what made me even go back and watch is because Brooks, who's I think said in the past that she's not even going to be on social media or whatever, she posted a series of tweets that made me be like, huh, what is going on in Paradise? Which one is it? Oh, I didn't even read that last one. So I saw a couple tweets where Caroline talking about how she put Talene on the show. And
Caroline Brooks.
Yes, Caroline Brooks. It really just made me go on ahead and go watch What Happens Live. And Talene was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was asked, like, they're playing one of the games, and she was asked something along the lines of who is like more of the quintessential housewife out of the two, Caroline Brooks or Caroline Stansberry. And it was like the two Carolines, like pick one or whatever. That was the game. And Talene answered by saying something along the lines of, well, Caroline Stansberry would be the more quintessential housewife out of the two of them, because Brooks apparently be like sleeping with a whole bunch of like wealthy men. She basically made it seem as though Brooks has just slept with a whole bunch of men, and that is how she has amounted so much success in her life. And that is why then I think Caroline was set off and started to roll out all these series of tweets that you guys see on your screen.
Oh.
So yeah, that tells you exactly where they stand right now. I'm trying to look for the first tweet I saw. I was like, what is she talking about? And she's talking about how she never, like, that's not even in her character pretty much. Let me see. I want to encourage. Where is it? The narrative that any Black woman with money has to sleep with men for it has to stop. It's been done in the past and being done now. My success is not a reflection of any man. It's a reflection of my hard work. This is defamation of character, and I won't be silent. So offense to that. Obviously, you guys can see that they are not on good terms whatsoever. And Talene said some other things that made me think that I thought for a second that she was on better terms with like Lisa, but I'm thinking that that's not exactly the case, because based on some of the ways that she answered some of the questions and stuff like that on Watch What Happens Live.
I'm reading the last one. That's the one you was talking about, that last one?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sleeping with anyone at the moment.
Yeah,
Talk about who Talene and her husband are sleeping with. Let's not go there. You have kids and I like them, so tread lightly. I mean, and Brooks was also like reposting a lot of Lisa's tweets, which I was like,
who was?
Brooks and Lisa. I was like, wait, so I'm trying to, and this is why I was saying in the beginning, well, not in the beginning, but when we were off screen, that it's just frustrating, because I'm like, okay, where are we at? Like, where are we at? Where are we going to be at the end of the season? Where are we at in real life? Are you guys falling out because of stuff we saw in the season? It was just stuff that happened off of it. This is why, bravo, if you're listening, bravo, people. This is why you need to not make us wait so many freaking 365 months to watch a new season. Like,
stop that.
Because I'm so lost right now. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
On to you, the nerve of someone to even apply. Yeah, I'm like, what the? Talene, she had a lot to say. Brooks and Lisa have been hanging out. They just went to concert, just them two. They went to Jason Derulo. Thank you for that.
Okay, so Brooks and Lisa are good.
And I still see Ion and Stansberry making some TikToks. I want to say I seen Talene over there with them too, but
Talene with who? Oh wait, Ion and Stansberry?
Yeah, but I mean, I could be
It
wrong.
would kind of make sense because her and Brooks are clearly not friends.
But I was just shocked to know that. Wait, now you two are cool? When I want to say Lisa said in this same scene that her and Brooks are not that close. I'm like, so now if somebody else, if Talene starts saying the same things that you're saying to her, like last time I checked, you and her weren't even that cool. And if she flips the script on you, like it'd be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's allowed to pick the same fight with you now because you guys are friends now. What is going on?
Right.
Yeah, Sansbury, Ayan, and Talene. They had a couple, like I guess they made like some TikToks. But then I see Talene and Lisa right here too. Talene, Lisa, and Sansbury. I don't know. But I thought that was worth
The
bringing.
reunion gonna be good when it does come.
Yeah. So y'all, yeah, because what is going on?
Catch us up. They don't catch us up.
Who knows if we're getting reunions anymore? Who knows if we're getting full cast that we said we were being promised to? Right. Who knows what's going on in these shows? But we're gonna still keep rolling with it. Just as long as you guys want to meet us here every week.
We enjoy y'all. Thank y'all for everybody that came in and said hello to us. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget Playback Gang. Leave us a comment. You know, don't let the what is the topic end. You give us whatever you need to tell us, or y'all got any questions. You know, if we do get a reunion, Barb is always on the insides. Sometimes we can get those questions in that y'all might want to ask. We might be able to do that. So y'all interact with us. Leave us a comment.
That's a good point. Drop some comments of like the questions if you guys want us to ask them or whatever. Definitely drop those down there because this is only still episode 4. I don't know how many episodes we're gonna get this season. If y'all know, drop that in the comments below too. But yeah, we have been enjoying, and I would love to continue to have this conversation in the comments section. Again, shout out to everybody who caught this on Twitter. Make sure you come on over here to YouTube and subscribe to both me and my good sis California Cuties channels. It never goes unnoticed, it never goes unappreciated. And also make sure you are liking the video. Yeah, make sure
this is a roller coaster ride, y'all. We are all on the same roller coaster. There's twists, there's turns, there's friendships, there's frenemies. There's a lot going on that we're just trying to. We said last year we are putting this puzzle together, so the puzzle keep changing the picture.
I'm just like lost right now. It's a lot going on. But again, y'all, we are here. We're going to be here rocking with y'all every week as promised. And yeah, until next time, we will see you guys later.
See y'all next time. Have a good one.
Bye.